Hello there, my name is Vinny Voodoo, and this is the third video I've posted on Mirror's Edge Catalyst and the strange anomaly of full reflections of faith. I find your lack of faith disturbing, as most of the time when you're in the area, any area, you can see a reflection of your surroundings, but not you. But there was a couple of exceptions that I found. And I generally thought, well, there's probably one or two more, and I'm probably going to find them at some point. I had no point doing another video on it. But this area I found here was particularly interesting. And yes, there is another reflection. But if you could look on the floor there, you can see what looks like some sort of cubed map or spherical map being replaced by an actual real reflection. Depending on, as that train passed then, for example, it was reflected. So this particular area is anomalous in so much as that this entire floor is truly reflective, as is this window. And as you can see, Faith is in the reflection there, and everything behind me is as well. So all of the floating ships that are in the background, that normally are just in the sky, little tiny ships, are actually reflecting through, but the buildings aren't. So you can see a lot more of them in the background there. There's one right there, and occasionally one will be close enough, say up there, that you'll actually see the one you're seeing. And also, since the floor is reflecting here, you'll notice that this sign here is there, and it actually goes through the floor into the room there. Of course, what you're actually seeing there is the reflection from up here. So really you shouldn't see this down here, because of, it's in a room. And this lends credence to my theory that the reason they disabled true reflections all the time was because you'd have to wallpaper both sides of a polygon inside and out to remove that effect. I personally don't mind it. I don't mind the fact that I can see the Nicosa sign reflecting on the floor in a place I shouldn't. I would rather have Faith visible all the time. She's very clear in this one, and as always, everything you do, she does. And there's also another little square here. You see the little square with the three buttons, which I assume is the door entry. She has a reflection in that. That's kind of interesting. I'm trying to get close enough. It's warped and, based on the specular bump mapping that's on that, like if it's made of bronze or something like that. So you can see more of her. Now I've zoomed in on the FOV fully to I think it's position 60. If you want to come and see this yourself, I'm in Shimmering Heights. I've only ever found these in Shimmering Heights, and I'm by Plastics Layer again. I think the last one I found was over here by this area. And if I zoom out, you'll see the building that I'm near. And I'm over by an Impatient Man Covert Delivery again, and I'm in this section here by the Shimmering Heights hackable billboard. And I also noticed that the NPCs in here are full reflecting. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, as always. I kind of thought I was done with this, but I would love an option to turn on this reflection, even if it bugs out and it doesn't quite work or something like that, just to be able to play it so that when you're running towards a wall, you don't get this complete loss of immersion in so much as that you can't see yourself in there. When you're running towards a glass or a wall and you can see yourself, it's so much better. I wonder if the devs would have a comment as to why this was removed. You can actually see these guys reflected in this wall. So this wall, I assume, has the same effect as the floor in so much as that there comes a point where it wipes over when you get close, and you can see the warping on that building there, which is obviously not shaped like that due to cube map reflection. I'm assuming that's a skybox on the top, and that's a cube map, but it does have proper reflections that wipe up. Yeah, so anyway, I'll link to the other two videos I've made on this in the comments section. I'd love to hear your take on what probably happened here and why they were removed. And if you've got the game, go into this area and check it out for yourself. It's fascinating. I actually had the bad guys with the helicopter right above me shooting at me, and you could see the helicopter in the reflection here, which was a nice little bit of a realism. Yep, my name is Vinny Voodoo, and thanks for watching.